opening statement. Kevin Durant warmed up before the game but will be ruled out with a right knee contusion after banging his knees with a teammate in practice Wednesday. And for the Lakers, no Austin Reeves, no Luka, out with injuries. So LeBron said, you know what, it's back to the old ways. I'll do everything, and that's exactly what he did, dropping dimes everywhere, 10 assists in the first half alone. At 41, he's the oldest player with 10-plus assists in a playoff game, and he matched the most he's ever had in a playoff half in his career. You know he's been playing for a while, too, right?
It's impressive.
Bully ball here. Watch this, little guy. LA leads by 3. Later in the third, LeBron. This is what we call grown man strength. Back him up, get the board. Lakers lead by 9 after 3. Fourth quarter, lead up to 10. When LeBron's jumper is going down, just good luck. 28 feet, 3 ball, good there. They shot 60% from the field, 53% from 3. Luke Kennard quite literally did not miss from deep.
Great pickup this season.
5 for 5 from downtown, and he finished with the game-high 27. Later in the fourth, LeBron, just like Warren G, he's a regulator, but in the paint, y'all.
Oh, lefty.
Yep, he's throwing it up, too. Lead up to 16. This is just an efficient game for the Lakers. They only attempted 66 shots. That's the fewest amount of shots taken in an NBA game in the past 3 seasons. But they made every shot count. LeBron with 19, 13, and 8 as the Lakers take game 1. Hey, yo, Bron, huge team win, brother. What was the game plan coming in?
We understood the situation that we're going to be in, and we understand how our demographic of offensively, how we're going to play had to completely change. So we spent a lot of time of this week, the week leading up to this game, honing in on what we need to do offensively, because it's just a different style of how we play now. You know, when you're missing so much.
What an incredible break LeBron James got tonight. I actually was happy for him because I was fearing for him, having lost 12 of his last 14 Laker playoff games, having faded and failed in fourth quarter after fourth quarter after fourth quarter, having played third wheel to Luka and AR all year long, and now no Luka, no AR. Game 1 of the playoffs against a Rockets team favored by 5.5 at the crypt, which was about to be a crypt for LeBron James, until the basketball god said, no, we can't do that to him. And not long before tip-off, I think I heard it on Amazon Prime, halftime of the Knicks game. Wait, Kevin Durant is out tonight with a bruised knee. He was listed as questionable, but I thought, oh, come on, it's playoffs. Kevin's just going to go. He's been LeBron's nemesis. Remember those 2 game threes back-to-back in the 2 NBA Finals, in which Kevin Durant, having left Westbrook behind in Oklahoma City, I applauded it. He's year 10. He says, I got to go win a ring. I'm going to join forces with those guys, with Steph and Clay and Draymond. And did he ever? Back-to-back game threes at LeBron's house. Kevin just took over in LeBron's face and just snatched 2 rings right out from under him that he was going to bully ball win from a Steph Curry the way they'd come back from 3 games to 1 down. And I thought, oh, God, Kevin's going to do it to LeBron again. I know it's age 41, year 23. I got it. But LeBron has played at an extremely high level all year, average 21. And yet, with no Kevin Durant, I mean, the Rockets with Kevin Durant sometimes look stale and stagnant on offense because they don't have a point guard. Fred VanVleet still sitting in cities over there trying to mentor Shepard and whoever's trying to handle the basketball. Şengün, for that matter, is their kind of point center, leads them in assists, and yet they just shrink up and fade out. Without Kevin bleeping Durant, they got no shot. And so LeBron comes out in the first quarter and surprised me a little bit because he went back to his old maestro orchestration role that he used to play pre-Luka. I thought he would shoot and score a little bit more, but he had 8 assists in the first quarter. And I'm tweeting, man, go for it. NBA playoff record for a game is 24, shared by Magic and John Stockton back in the day. And I thought, LeBron, just go for it. I've always said generational passer. Much better passer than shooter. He's obviously a great scorer because he's the longevity king. And he can attack the basket like nobody's ever basket attacked. Ambidextrous, 6'9", 270, whatever he is. And I thought, okay, LeBron, play bully ball with these guys. They do bully on the offensive boards, but they don't. You saw what he could do to Eason down low when he got him isolated, solo balled him, bully balled him. Can't stop him. But he had 8 assists in the first quarter, and I thought, God, just do that then. Go for broke. And he wound up with 13, so he had 5 over the last 3 quarters. Had only 10 points through 3 quarters, and I said, come on, man, you got to at least get to 20, and he got to 19. He scored 9 in the fourth quarter, made his first 3 with about 8 minutes left. They were up 10, and I got a great kick out of the fourth quarter because I've said this many times. There's nothing more amusing to me than LeBron playing with a lead. Sometimes it can be amusing when they're way down and he plays the whole fourth quarter just to stat stuff. But this was fun for me to watch because they're up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And LeBron is the greatest front runner in basketball history. And it's highly amusing for me to watch because he's showboating, he's cooling it, he's out there hot dogging it because he knows the Rockets can't score because they don't have KD and they don't have a PG as in point guard. So he fires away and made his first 3 of the game with 8 minutes left. Remember, this year he shot 31.7% from 3. 31.7. That's his worst 3-point shooting in 10 years. So he was a liability of a 3-point shooter this year, but he greatly reduced his attempts. And yet he made one. And the crowd goes crazy like the blind witnesses out there, the LeBron apologists and defenders, that they actually, through social media, try to make him out to be a great 3-point shooter when he's always been, for a superstar, a lousy 3-point shooter, and certainly an even lousier free throw shooter. So what happens? Would you believe LeBron James went to the free throw line for the first time tonight? I thought he'd bully ball. I thought he'd get to the rack and get to the free throw line. But it's late in the game, 7:22 left. He finally got to the free throw line. And what does he do? Right on schedule, LeBrick, 0 for 2. So those was only free throws. He went 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And the crowd is chanting MVP, MVP, MVP. And I laughed out loud. My little daughter, Hazel, who's at my feet, she's still at my feet asleep right now. She looked at me like, what are you laughing about? I said, Hazel, this is funny, my little Maltese. She's a warrior princess, Hazel. And I'm saying, come on, this is great theater. So LeBron comes down, and meanwhile, Luke Kennard is going crazy from 3. It's all 5 of his 3. It's 3 in the fourth quarter. Winds up with 27 points. And LeBron, blessed by the basketball gods, that he had Luke Kennard tonight, or this could have gotten dicey. Even though the Rockets wound up shooting from the floor, 38% from the floor, 35 of 93 shots. I swear they missed 30 shots at the rim on little tips and little attempted putbacks. They missed and they missed and they missed. But they just annihilated the Lakers on the boards because, would you believe the Houston Rockets tonight had 21 offensive rebounds to only 3 for the Lakers? LeBron he wound up with 8 boards, not bad. I mean, he's 6'9", but they wound up with 21 offensive rebounds to 3 and 44 total rebounds to 35 for the Lakers. And they just missed. They got nobody who could make a shot. Şengün was lost tonight. Most of the Rockets were lost tonight. Shepard made a couple bombs, but just they were lost tonight. If some of those little shots, if they have a night where they go in, we could be having a really sad, different conversation. But LeBron down the stretch, he goes around Amin Thompson and heaves up a lefty prayer, and it goes in. LeBron's looking at his left hand like, I did that with my left hand. Hot dog showboat. Way to go, LeBron. Great front running. Highly entertaining. That crowd had to be entertained. Then he makes another fall away over Amin. Amen, LeBron. To put them up 14, and he's running down the court going, it's just funny to me. I love to watch him front run because he does it better, more theatrically than anybody's ever done front running. And finally, at the bitter end, he breaks completely free for a right-handed layup to get him to 19 points. And I stood up and just applauded. Lakers 107. They scored. Houston scored late to cut it to 98. 107 to 98. So it's a 9-point game. The Lakers should have won this game by seriously 20, 25. Seriously. And yet, I posted a video a day ago about how Ime Udoka, my favorite coach in the league, had just challenged LeBron in a game back in 2023 out here, and I'm in Southern California, Los Angeles, obviously. Challenged him during a game, basically dared him to come over here and do something about it, because I don't think LeBron could whip Ime, even though it's 48 years old to 41. I just don't think he could, and I don't think he would even think about trying. I just don't. Ime is a seriously legitimate, authentic, badass, tough guy. LeBron not. LeBron more of a lover than a fighter. Wants everybody to like him. That's his biggest problem. Jordan, no. Jordan didn't care who liked him. He's just going to slit your basketball throat. But Ime called out LeBron, called him a bitch, said quit bitching, quit acting like a bunch of bitches out there. And then basically said, what are you going to do about it? You coming over here like you're going to do something about it? Loved it. And then recent game, as it was ending, Lakers up big. Ime is screaming down the floor, down the sideline at JJ Redick to put Bronny in the game. He says, put that little bitch in. And I posted the video just because I feared for LeBron, and I hoped that this would push his mad buttons, because in its past, when mad buttons get pushed, God, he just goes off on people on the basketball court. I was trying to give him some ammo, some rocket fuel, anti-Ime rocket fuel, and he didn't play like that tonight. I didn't see any of that. I just thought he was going to need it until, wait, KD's in street clothes with some kind of bruised knee that he suffered in practice? I don't know. But all I know is that the Lakers won game one. It was hard to watch until I got such a kick and was wildly entertained by LeBron's front running in the fourth quarter. But it was fairly poorly played on both sides. The Lakers just turned it over like disastrously. But they're up against a team that couldn't cash, couldn't take advantage. So, LeBron, you survived. You dodged. You got the biggest break from the basketball gods and Kevin Durant that you've gotten in a long, long time in a playoff game with the onus and the spotlight on you. This was your game to win or lose. Without Luka, without AR, you're thrust into the primary role, the number one role, and you got away with it because Houston's without really their two best players in Kevin Durant and Fred VanVleet. LeBron, I just appreciate you. You really amused me down the stretch. You greatly entertained me down the stretch, and I know I got to wait 3 days now for game 2, but this is going to be very interesting. I'm pretty sure Luka will play game 2. I don't think Austin Reeves will, but I think Luka will play game 2, and I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant will play game 2, and LeBron can go along for a ride this time. But it's going to be very interesting. I'm not writing off the Lakers. I'm just writing off the winner of this series because you get the booby prize. Whoever wins this gets to go to Oklahoma City and play the Thunder. And whichever team goes is going to go home quickly.